Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing out there in the social media world? We're here at my podcast studio. My name is Jim Austin Online and all the time. And we've got a special guest. This is my podcast, The Austin File. And we talk to people that are interesting about what's going on in the market. And I'm getting to zoom in on one of my dearest friends, longtime friends, Miss Lynne Haze. How you doing, Miss Haze?
I am fantastic, and it has been a long time, but yes, I'm good.
Good, good, good. You looking good, girl.
Well, thank you. Taking it a day at a time
Did
and
you have a
trying to enjoy life.
yeah, did you have a professional makeup artist today, or you just did it yourself?
I did it myself, so thank you.
Okay, okay. Well, I need to go do a powder myself, make sure
Okay,
my
I'll
do is looking right.
I'll bring some to the venue on Friday for the concert. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, tell us, Lynn, where you're from, where you grew up, and I
Well,
know
I'm
you're big in the Metroplex. A lot of people know who you are, but they don't know where the little girl came from. So,
Well, the little girl came from Buffalo, New York. Um, and I've been living in Texas, since the 80s. But I feel like I've spent my childhood in Buffalo, New York, and my adulthood in Dallas, Fort Worth. So it was always, I always had this love of music. Music was always in my house. And so that's really what led me to, becoming a broadcaster. I started, we used to sing, I was in a singing group and all the different things we did in New York. And it eventually led me here. And I started in radio. My mother actually talked me into trying it because she's like, you love to talk all the time. So, because I'm a talker. So she's like, you talk. So why don't you try it? If you go to, school, broadcast school there, then I will. She said she'll pay for it. When she said that, I'm like, I was all in. So then once she did that, I started working there, and then eventually it led me here.
well, Buffalo, New York. I'm from Jersey.
You're right up the street. Well, okay, you still,
Hmm.
because you Jersey people will say, oh, well, the Buffalo, that's not really New York, but it is New York. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
New York.
Yes.
Hmm.
You heard of the governor of New York? What's his name?
Oh, Mr. Cuomo, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
So the
That's a
Cuomos, if you're in New York, they were a part of our life for a long time. So
yeah,
Cuomo name is you know legend in the state of New York. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
daddy. So, I hate to see him going through what he's going through
I do
because
too. I do too.
awesome leader. He is an awesome leader, but yeah, I guess he did some things he wasn't supposed to be doing, but
And I really think that, and I mean, this is just my thought, because a lot, there were people saying presidency, when all this was going on, when things were going really well. And you just wonder sometimes when somebody says, I don't know if I'm taking you down. I don't know. But I was sad to see that happen.
yeah. Well, being an East Coasterner, I was born in North Carolina, moved to New Jersey when I was 10, went back to the farm every summer, and
Mm.
then when grew up in New Jersey. So I'm a country boy with a city twang, and then went on to Howard University. Where'd you go to school? Did
I
you?
actually went to the School of Life. Um, Honestly, I went to East High School in Buffalo, New York, and I went to Buff State for a while. I didn't really graduate, and a lot of people were like, "Oh my God," when you say that. But I ended up transitioning because I started in journalism, and I found that as much as I like journalism, music was just more lively for me, that vibe, and so I ended up working really most of my life when I started my radio career.
um, I know this is unusual because you're always interviewing the interviewee, and now Jim Austin is interviewing you, the interviewee. or whatever you call it.
I
But
got it.
yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I
So,
got it.
so I know you're one of the most outstanding interviewers and have interviewed thousands of folks, over your career in radio. So it's good to have you on here. And I know you're still on the air. You made the
I'm
cut. You go back to old school, Dwayne Dancer. I mean, there's some people that used to be in the business that from old school.
Well, what's interesting is on a sad note, we lost a broadcaster, Scott West, who was, in our market many years ago.
When did Scott pass?
He passed about a month ago,
Oh,
and
wow.
they did yeah, and a few of us didn't even know he was sick. And then they decided to do a memorial for him, because Scott is also from New York, was also from New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so his family had came in and they kind of, did what they, took care of their business. And then they went back to New York because they don't really live here. He just did. So people in the radio that work with him, they organized a memorial. So the reason why I say that is because Dwayne Dancer was there. So I got a chance to see him the other day. So yeah, it was cool.
Well,
It was really, I mean, Sean Rabb was there, Drew Pearson was there, Maria Rita was there. So it was just all these different people that, I hadn't seen. Terry Avery came in from Atlanta, and this guy, Glenn Cosby, who used to work, came in from Chicago. So it was just really,
wow.
I mean, that part of it was nice to see people, that we hadn't seen in a long, long time.
Well, thank you for sharing. I would have been there if I had known about it. I always say Jim Austin's the last one to hear about whatever's going on.
That is so not true.
you know, you know,
So
I tell my family, I said, I'm always the last to find out.
Well,
And
they put it together really fast, though. It wasn't like it was
okay.
something that they were, planning for a long time, because everything was so unexpected,
Oh yeah, he was such a good brother.
He really was.
Yeah.
Really
Mm-hmm.
was.
Oh yeah.
And I was just blown away. We all were blown away once we heard that that had happened, and because I talked to him, it had been like a few months prior to all this, but every now and then, because we didn't like talk regularly, but when you know how people are there in your life, you talk to him every now and then. So I had talked to him, but of course, no, we didn't know, obviously, that he was, going through the challenges he was going through.
Wow. Well, God
So
bless
legend.
him. And yeah, he was loved and respected.
Oh
So
God, yeah. And they did
yeah,
a video.
I'm glad to know, because
work,
we keep losing our soldiers. And yeah, we're just at that vulnerable age that because your boy just turned 70. So
Wait,
I'm just
who turned 70?
James Nelson Austin Jr. And I'm trying to get used to it. I just like,
wow, well, you don't look 70 at all. Congratulations. That's a milestone. Wow.
You. Yeah, 1951.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, that's great.
So I'm getting used to it. I just noticed myself, I stumble a little bit more, and I said,
you're still active and you're still living your life and all of that, because I mean, that right there is a gift. Now things probably hurt a little bit more than they did back in the day, but you're still moving around and getting around,
Well, my father lived to be 92.
Ooh.
So I'm following his formula, get a cup of green tea, a banana, apple vinegar, exercise, and oatmeal. So this morning, in honor of my daddy, James Austin the senior, I had me a bowl of oatmeal.
I had oatmeal today as well. That's funny. Okay. And the vinegar, yes, I do that. And also I'm trying to do more lemon in my water. That's supposed to be good too.
That's what I do every morning. I go to Dixie House and and I walk in, they say hot water, lemon, and honey. I say, yep, yep.
That's it.
You know, and they try to slip a cup of coffee in there. No, no, no. I just have water, lemon, and honey. So it's going to be a point where they're going to start charging me. But those are some ingredients to live your life by. Drink a lot of water, get exercise. And the big thing, he was happy. So laughter, you know how we laugh
Mhm.
all the time.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, I
I
mean,
love to laugh.
yeah, laughter is so good, you know,
Hmm.
and
It's good
you
for the
know, this
soul.
I walked in this morning, my receptionist had a little frown. What's wrong with you? Because she's so bubbly. She said, man, I got a migraine headache. Okay.
That'll take a
I
smile
said,
off.
okay, go walk up them steps 3 times. You
Mm,
get rid of that sucker. But
yeah,
yeah, life is a bitch and then you die. Okay.
exactly. I used to have a friend. He used to say that all the time. Life's a bitch, and then you die. And I was just like, ooh, really? And he would say
Well,
that all the
hey,
time.
hey, we got some things going on over in Fort Worth, Funky Town, where the
Funky Town.
West begins. So, yeah, on Friday we're bringing in the great Blake Aaron is coming in from California, and is part of the Tom Braxton and Friends Jazz Series. And Lynn, you were at the first two with Peter White and Cindy Bradley. Tell the folks what they're going to experience at the warehouse on
Well,
Berry.
woo,
Okay.
woo, woo. If you love music, first of all, I'm going to tell you what was so impressive to me because I work a lot of concerts and shows. But what was so impressive to me was the instrumentation that you get. I'm talking about this is a concert. You know, you go to these are not no beats or anything like this. These are real first class musicians playing. I mean, everybody in the building enjoyed the vibe and each concert. Well, I mean, the first two, I was blown away. I love it. I am looking forward to Friday to come in and just hear some good music and unwind. I mean, and these are showmen. You know, of course, you know, Tom Braxton is a showman anyway, you know, but I mean, to bring in when Peter White, because I'd never seen Peter White, I was blown away. And Cindy Bradley, and they're very personable. They're first class musicians. So that's the thing that you get out of the jazz artists. They know their craft, they play, they've studied, and it's just good. But it's good. It's rhythm. It's a vibe. It's grown and sexy. I mean, it's all of that, you know. So if you like jazz, I mean, really like jazz, this is the concert for you. This whole series is for you because you're going to see some of the old and you're going to discover some of the new. It, I, they just need to come.
Well, you know, and the thing with Tom Braxton, we played December, and the sound is so powerful. The lighting, the
Mm-hmm.
food, the people, just having a good time listening to good jazz. And I bought in Blake Aaron to my Arlington Jazz Festival, and I said, "Oh my God, this guy
Did you
can
really?
play."
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
So he just released some new music. Tom's having his new album release.
Was it?
So I just love music, but I love jazz. But
Too.
the beat, the vibe, and each show we're getting it better and better. It's one show. Tickets are 45 via GA and 55 VIP. You know, we only seat up for 200. The room will hold 400. So the room is distantly. You
The
got
social
distance,
distancing, yeah.
8 to a table, and everybody's temperature is taken. Everybody's asked to wear a mask coming in, but there are people that are getting tables of 8 and hanging out. So everybody keeps coming back. We had two guys that bought the VIP package, and they're sitting right there dead front center. So I'm
That's the
looking
way you do
forward to
it.
it.
My friend last month, remember we celebrated two birthdays in there too. So we had celebrations going on, and you know the food was good, the music was good because I got them wings. That was the first thing I like. You know me, I got my wings, and you know wings and wine and jazz. It was perfect, and you know we had a cake, and but then you got sweets. I mean it's a combination of everything. I even got me some Mary Kay while I was there, so. I love that
Yeah,
thing. Get some more too
and,
when I
and
go when I come
and
Friday. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Yeah,
nice.
that food was good. Who that? Who
Who
that?
that? That's who did the who
Yeah.
that.
Who
Yeah.
who that? You know, they got 4 locations in Carrollton, Grand Prairie, Waco, and one other place.
They're in
But yeah,
Carrollton. I need to check them out. That's on my side of the world. Okay.
yeah, they up there in Carrollton, man. They rolling. So
Yeah,
it's some
I'll check
good
that
good
out. I gotta see.
good.
I'll see where they are.
Yep. So Blake Aaron, and of course my jazz radio station, DFW Metroplex Jazz, will be in the house. And of course, brought to you by Jim Austin Online all the time,
No.
you know.
But you are, Jim, you really are a jazz lover. I mean, a music lover. And you have always been supportive behind the scenes to bring good music and good entertainment. I mean, even from your rodeos and all the things that you've done, I mean, and you're, obviously a businessman in real estate, but you always had this knack for music, and being around that music and really giving people an opportunity to enjoy it, because a lot of us can't do that, but you always bring it together like that. So I take my hat off to you for that. Happy birthday again, but I mean, you're still getting it done. So that's good.
Hey, I'm excited. I gotta pick him up on Thursday. He's coming
Oh,
in.
cool.
They're gonna rehearse Thursday night. And I'm supposed to talk to Tom today. Him and Tom just did a jazz festival somewhere. I think out in Midland. They were out there this past
Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's good.
I'm telling you,
See,
Google both of them. Come on out,
wait a
hang
minute.
out with
You
us.
said the key thing, rehearsal. That's when it's going to be a great show. Remember, Cindy Bradley gave Tom Braxton the highest compliment when she was playing and said, to come in with a band like that, it's a whole nother level. It really is.
Yeah, everybody loves Tom. He's
Yeah.
played with all the greats. So we're this is the part of the series, the third. Then we've got Selena Albright on the 25th, and then Yoko Mabuchi. Ooh, this girl's bad
Yeah.
on them keys.
Mm,
November 13th, Adam Hawley, and then ended up at Christmas, Tatiana Mayfield. You know,
that's my girl right there, though.
yeah. Oh yeah, Tatiana can sing.
Woo, baby, Tatiana is no joke, honey. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to seeing her too.
Yeah, national acts. Well, I appreciate you being our host, MC, diva, excellente.
I'll tell you what, I love being around music. So, like, and I'm always going to be that way. And I'm really just excited to be a part of this series.
Shows at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7. Self parking is 10. Valet parking is 20. We have security. Brother Samuel Polk is there, and it's just a good vibe. So I'm excited about our third act on August the 20th. It's the only one that's Friday night. It's at 8 o'clock. We start at time on time. We'll do a 50-minute set with Tom. We'll take a break, and then we'll hit with Blake Aaron. And
Be good.
that's my
Now, where
story.
again? Where do people get tickets at?
They can go to Eventbrite, Jim Austin Online Eventbrite, and
Okay.
just hit Blake Aaron. And as I said, the show's at 8 o'clock, and they can get tickets there. But I encourage you to get your tickets early, because once we sell 200 tickets, we're done.
That's it.
We're
That's it.
done.
And
So
you know what? You know how our wonderful family members are. It'll be all sold out, and then they'll come and say, "Oh, wait, no." So get your tickets now.
you know how we are about the hookup,
Exactly. Well, the hookup and just being late, it's like,
right?
well, okay, wait a minute. Let me get, so, oh, yeah, you make up your mind at 2 o'clock on Friday, that kind of thing. So I know I've done it. So, yeah, many
Well,
times.
I'll be looking forward to seeing you. Everybody will be looking forward to seeing you, and we're just gonna have some good music and a good time.
Had a good time. I
Yeah,
mean, good time. And everybody in there, if you are not moving and, and snapping and clapping, trust me, it's all happening.
all happening at the warehouse on Berry, 1125 East Berry. just right off I-35. Parking, security, lighting. So it's like for you to come out and support. My other website is The Warehouse DFW. This is Jim Austin with Jim Austin Online. And I want to thank you, Miss Lynne Haze, for.
You are so welcome. And yes, I will see you Friday. I do have a matter I want to discuss with you first, but other than that, we're good.